Senator McCain, Senator Hagel, Minister Sikorski, distinguished guests and friends. Fred, thank you very much for your kind words of introduction. Through your leadership, the Atlantic Council has achieved great success and recognition. It has been a pleasure, a great pleasure, to work with you and with the Atlantic Council on a number of important initiatives. One of these initiatives is the Bronislaw Geremek lecture series. The patron of tonight's event was an outstanding European, a brilliant thinker, and a legend of the Polish Solidarity movement. His legacy is well upheld by the Atlantic Council in giving an opportunity to discuss matters that are crucial to the world we live in. Tonight we are honored to be in the presence of a host of distinguished figures. We are lucky to have Senators Chuck Hagel and John McCain, and my minister, Foreign Minister of Poland, Mr. Radoslaw Sikorski. We are very much looking, gentlemen, forward to your remarks, to your observations, to sharing with us your ideas. Before I pass on the microphone, I would like to make a brief announcement. After the question and answers period, a brief and a special ceremony will take place. Senator McCain and Fred Kempe will receive their awards for their outstanding achievements in building friendship and cooperation between Poland and the United States. I would also like to express my special words of appreciation to Senator Chuck Hagel for his support and leadership in promoting the Geremek series and for hosting this event. The Senator needs no introduction in this room, but I hope he won't mind a brief one. Let me only mention that Senator Hagel is a distinguished professor at Georgetown University and the University of Nebraska at Omaha, as well as the prominent Polish American. He served his country with distinction as a two-term senator from the state of Nebraska between 1997 and January 2009. He is a decorated Vietnam veteran. In 2007, the President of Poland awarded Senator Hagel the Commander's Cross with Star of the Order of Merit of the Republic of Poland. So I believe it is fitting that he is present this evening as Senator McCain joins his ranks in receiving the same decoration. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me now give the floor to Senator Chuck Hagel.
Ambassador, thank you. I am honored and grateful for your generous comments and introduction. Let me once again, on behalf of the Atlantic Council, add my appreciation to each of you for your not only being here tonight, but your continued support of this institution that this year celebrates its 50th anniversary. Many distinguished public servants are with us here tonight, many former ambassadors as well as others who have served selflessly their countries and their interests as they have been shaped by freedom and by a greater purpose. So to each of you, thank you. In particular, we have two former United States ambassadors to Poland who are with us tonight, and I would like to recognize each of them. Dan Fried, who I believe is here, and Victor Ash. So to each of you, thank you, and we appreciate what not only you've done for this particular relationship, but what you continue to do. And of course, our current ambassador, Lee Feinstein, has been acknowledged, and Lee, good to see you, and thank you again for what you are doing. I want to acknowledge one additional individual here tonight who most of you know. I know Senator McCain has worked with him over the years, former Foreign Minister of Sweden, the former Swedish Ambassador to the United States, former United Nations General Assembly President Jan Eliasson. Jan, nice to have you with us. Let me now introduce our two distinguished speakers tonight. As you have heard from Fred Kempe, as well as Ambassador Kupiecki, brief remarks on not only the importance of these two gentlemen to a lifetime of commitment of making a better world, but in particular what they have done for this relationship and why it is so appropriate to have Minister Sikorski and Senator McCain as our two guest speakers tonight. I will address my dear friend John McCain in a moment. We did give him an option of having me not introduce him, but he did opt for the elevator operator. But nonetheless, I persuaded him that this would be professional and I would do a good job with this. Let me take a moment to read to you from a New York Times piece that appeared a couple of years ago about the Minister of Foreign Affairs for Poland, Radoslaw Sikorski. And I quote, "A student activist for the Solidarity trade union, he sought refuge in Britain at age 18. When he was stranded there, Solidarity was banned and martial law imposed in Poland in December 1981. The tug of Poland, however, remained very powerful. Quote, I did not even think about not going back, said Sikorski, recalling how a resurgent Solidarity wrested power from the communists, first in talks and then at the ballot box. In August 1989, I returned the first day I could, with the guarantee that I would not go to jail. Why he chose to return after studying at Oxford and pursuing a successful career in journalism, for example, he won a World Press Award in 1988 for a photograph he took in Afghanistan, is a question he simply finds his words odd. He continued, there are two kinds of patriotism. As you know, I'm fond of America, very fond of America, where the interweaving of personal and national achievements is very positive, which is the first kind of patriotism. Here in Poland, where we suffered so much over the past centuries, there is another kind of patriotism that we are just overcoming. It is about valuing not that which you get the most of, but that for which you have made the most sacrifices. I think that says an awful lot about Minister Sikorski, his beliefs, the kind of life that he has led, the kind of contributions he continues to make, not just for his country, but for mankind. You all know that he has had a very distinguished government career. He served as Minister of National Defense, Deputy Minister of National Defense, among other distinguished and responsible positions. And I might add, John, that he was a senator, which puts him right at the top, of course, of all these important offices. But this is a man who has devoted his life and who he is to his country and to a world order that gives mankind hope. And for those reasons and many more, Minister Sikorski, we are very proud of you, your continued accomplishments, and particularly very proud that you would honor us tonight with this lecture. Thank you very much. As to my friend John McCain, I prepared no notes. I didn't think I needed to, and I would begin this way. In the Washington tradition of full disclosure, I have known John McCain many years. I have worked with John McCain for many years. Our offices were next to each other for 8 years in the United States Senate. Our offices, desks on the floor of the Senate were next to each other for 8 years. I don't know if there is one individual who I've learned more from about national defense, about foreign policy, about commitments and responsibilities that elected officials have to their country and a higher purpose. You know about John McCain and all the accomplishments that he has had over a very, very interesting life. I had the opportunity to know him, I suspect, like not many people, because of that service that we had together in the Senate. I traveled all over the world with him. I was acquainted first with the Munich conferences, or Kunde, because of John McCain. I had the rare privilege of even serving as a co-chairman of his presidential committee in the year 2000, and probably one of the highlights of my career in politics was when I had the privilege of introducing him at the 2000 National Convention. I will never forget those personal opportunities and what I learned personally from John McCain. But John McCain is in a class by himself. I don't know of an individual who has, in our country today, who has contributed more personally to this country in so many ways than John McCain. When you team McCain and Sikorski up, it's a pretty powerful team for freedom, obviously a commitment to others, the courage that it has taken for both of these men to do what they have done in somewhat different ways, but converging at the end in exactly the same spot. This is a better world because of these two men, and we are very honored to have each with us tonight, sharing their thoughts, not just about where we've been and how this happened, but more importantly, where do we go, and the responsibilities we all now have, not just to make a better world, but to make a better world for all of mankind. So it gives me great personal pleasure and indeed an honor to present these two gentlemen to you. I understand that the minister will speak first, and then Senator McCain will be asked to present his remarks. Thank you very much.